Due to a loss of my vocals, portions of this video have been redubbed. Badly.
Where did we leave off last time?
We just got to the dwarfs.
Yeah, we just sighted the village or ruins or something along those lines.
We did. I knew where we left off. I was just testing you guys.
I would like a small retcon to state that in the morning before they left, Jellen visited Town Master Harbin Wester to try to take a look at his door.
What did you want to do with that?
I just want to try to fix it so he has more than a shitty half door.
Okay. When you came back, you did definitely see a couple of guys were there working on the door, and Town Master Wesker had pretty much just kind of said that your services would not be required in making sure that this thing was fixed appropriately. Looking over the work, you can see that it almost looks like it's being like triple, like quadruple reinforced from the way that it was designed before. Seems like he is almost manically reinforcing the strength of this structure here.
Jellen is offended, and he's going to allocate a portion of his brain to knocking down this new door.
Like from every moment here, at least 10% of my brain is working on this problem. Okay. Okay. So was there anything else you guys had wanted to role play out as we were kind of traveling to this dwarven shrine?
Gotta get.
Should we provide physical descriptions so Teo knows what we look like?
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
That fits in perfectly. What I was going to say was, as we're walking along, I'm studying my new companions to see if I can just kind of check out who they are.
Okay.
Oh, look like Nair has another admirer. No, I'm kidding. Or maybe it's Alabaster this time.
Yeah, whoever wants to start off with that, go ahead and give yourself a quick description. What do you look like?
I'm down to start. So, Kellen, one brother of the Boomsparkles, is obviously a gnome. A perfectly normal height for a gnome. Actually, quite tall for a gnome. 3'2", which I think is close to the maximum height for a gnome, or something like that. She's got blue hair, blue beard. Although his hair is normally sort of spiked up, kind of reminding you of like Wolverine, he's got this fancy new magic hat that may be reminiscent of a certain Mickey Mouse. That is
now he's wearing the hat. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now that the hat might have disappeared into a bag when we were like, "Oh, here's your stuff from Numbering Yard." But now that we're out of the town, yeah, no, this is my hat. It's awesome, and no one will take it from me. Otherwise, on his
and everything like Mickey Mouse's.
It seems to be from the description I got. Yes, exactly.
It is looks very much like the classic kind of a wizard's hat. It's kind of got the conical design to it. It's kind of got the purplish blue kind of a hue to the fabric itself, and then of course it's got gold stars and moons and things of that nature kind of sewn into it all over the place.
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse Fantasia hat.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, and this is coming straight from the description of the item itself. I did not make the Fantasia hat.
Yeah, no. But still.
Dear Disney, please do not sue us. We didn't
create it. Disney, please don't sue me.
If you're going to sue anyone, it's anyways, besides
don't
that,
you mean you did make it up? Disney, don't sue me?
I'm just going to stop this conversation right here. Yeah, gosh, what? Hamburgers?
I guess besides that standout feature, Kellen also has, of course, his pack, and then a lot of the time he has his spell book, which is fairly large. It's not even like really gnomish size. It's a very large tome that sometimes takes the place of his backpack. Otherwise, he's in sort of bluish robes. And also, we have the wonderful Sir Sebastian, my close confidant and new familiar, who is an owl. And, one day maybe might evolve into a giant owl so that we could soar through the skies. It'd be awesome. We're working on it. Otherwise,
you're 3'1". There's something that could.
I mean, even an adult owl could probably carry you. Just saying.
I'm 3'1", but I'm not a mouse. All right, I do have some weight to me. Okay, I will not be carried off by a normal owl. A giant owl, yes.
Why are we hating on mouse folk all of a sudden? That's perfectly good size for a gnome. I'm just saying. Here.
And you've seen your own self how hard it is to exactly manhandle me. I can be a slippery motherfucker if I need to be.
What's your owl's name? What's your owl's name?
Sebastian. Sir Sebastian, it seems. I did not name him. He came with his own.
How did he earn that honorific? Because, I'm not about to call an owl sir if he didn't earn it.
He does enjoy this honorific, of course.
Who knighted said owl?
Apparently, he has attended the College of Gahul and earned his title.
I still think he should have gone to Owlsford Academy.
I assume Kellen's telling me this as we're walking along, and I'm incredibly impressed with this owl. I have never met such a prestigious owl before.
You guys haven't seen him in his battle armor yet.
We're working on that too.
So speaking of gnomes, we have another gnome brother here that seems to have grown on the outside by at least 10 sizes with the acquisition of this barrel-like crab monstrosity. Oh, you left that behind, didn't you?
Yeah, I had Jellen, Lunariel, and Teo disassemble it and leave the pieces back at the Emporium because I felt like it may have been unbalanced and I didn't think you'd let me keep it.
Okay. I mean, if you wanted to just keep that thing and drive it around, I wasn't going to be mad about it.
Damn it!
Now roll to put it back together.
It just seemed like when you first introduced it as the apparatus of Qualish, it seemed a little broken, a little OP.
Yes. That's OP.
Yeah, you mean the thing with like 200 HP? Yeah.
Right. No, they gnomed it down for sure.
42 inches in height, not including his long tuft of dark bluish-black hair that sticks straight up like a troll doll or Super Saiyan. He has smooth, chocolate-toned facial features, a broad nose, and a pair of thick glasses that magnify his large brown eyes to a cartoonish degree. Strapped to his forehead is a set of elaborate brass goggles that house wire jacks and telescoping lenses and glowing buttons and tiny levers and rotating frame dials, and if you keep looking, you'll keep finding more ridiculous pieces of tech. He wears simple brown leather boots, black cotton trousers, a matching black cotton long-sleeve shirt, and a long brown blacksmith's apron completely covered in pockets stuffed with wires, nuts, bolts, screws, Nixie tubes, thieves' tools, and his tinker's tool, which resembles a steampunk version of a sonic screwdriver. He doesn't wear traditional scale armor. Instead, he wears a long dark leather duster that almost meets the ground, customized with brass scale lining the inside. On his hands, he wears oversized brown gloves covered in a complex array of multicolored metal pieces and wires that seemingly serve no purpose. And on his back is a large, misshapen, pewter-colored pack that jangles as if he's kept every piece of metal he's ever owned in it to this day. And that's Jellen.
Yep.
All done.
Perfect. The monastery I came from, we were super sequestered, or I was at least for the majority of my life. So I am still just absolutely fascinated by pretty much all the mechanisms that Jellen is showing me. But I still don't really understand how they work.
Teo, my good man, allow me to explain to you the fundamentals of arcanal mechanics, an advanced field of artificery. You see, what happens is you take
Your brain sort of just mutes him more and more as he goes on.
I keep trying to feed his machines like nuts and things to keep them powered.
I love this idea that Teo thinks that all of these machines are living creatures. Like, I just love this. It's the cutest fucking thing.
Teo, don't put nuts in there. They don't eat nuts.
But they are active, and they must need some sort of sustenance to keep moving. And
Whereas biological organisms break down food for energy, technological organisms like constructs actually. You know what? Never mind.
I'll find some roots.
First time Jellen's ever said never mind.
I don't want to explain this.
Probably more like I've explained this 74 times. Every single time you try to give any of my things something and you still aren't getting it. So I have now given up.
I'll write you up something, a journal for notes or something, but please, no more nuts, please.
And I kind of frown and think like, all right, well, maybe something else then.
Well, I'm not as elaborate as Jellen describing his character, because that's way. I was like, oh my god, he threw this out pretty good. What you see of Alabaster, because he wears a long, dark jacket / robe looking thing with a hood, so he doesn't like to show off his armor underneath. Looks very like you don't know what he's all about. He's olive-ish colored skin, goatee, beard, kind of looking like Tony Stark. That's how I describe it. Dark hair, quiet until he needs to talk, and usually walks away from the party. Not really interested in conversations too much. That's about it. He's a very alone person unless he's needed. But he's the nicest guy you're ever going to meet. I swear, he's like the perfect gentleman.
Unless you owe him money.
Unless you owe him money.
Or he's busy trying to cheat somebody out of their fair share.
Yeah,
I never cheat.
I was definitely a little surprised at the abrupt conversation you had with everyone in your party beforehand, and then you divvying out the gold at the pub where we were.
Oh yeah, I always pay people what they're owed, but just don't mess with my money.
Always pay what they're sure. Totally. Didn't try to short a nigga for no reason.
I didn't see anybody else saying it was not nice. It wasn't proper. Everyone thought it was. You should have paid for your brother's mistake.
That makes no sense. He is his own person. He pays for his own mistakes. We're not
Let it go,
condoning.
Kellen. Let it go.
Turns out
If my brother screwed over the party in one way or another, I mean, I don't have a brother, but if I had a brother, I would pay for his mistake.
Don't have a brother anymore.
he shanked him the last time he tried to steal a gold piece. So I think that brings us to
One Ariel. Yeah. So she is significantly larger probably than most people in the party. She's roughly 6 feet tall, grayish, greenish skin. She's definitely not a full-blooded orc, and she wears like chainmail with a giant axe and a giant glaive across her back. They are named, so if you ever ask, she will tell you. But she will uniquely claim that she is half orc, half elf, if you ask her. Anyone that asks her, she's part elf because her parents are elves. That's just how it is. She was raised out in the forest and is doing like a coming of age ceremony thing, which is really just because like I mature so much faster than the elves do. They're like 80 or 90 when they do it. Like, how dumb do you have to be to not be an adult until you're almost 100 years old? Like, let's be real. She adapted her way of speech from the specific group of elves that she was raised with.
Valid.
And then she's got big bright hair, like neon orangish, like think big 80s hair.
It is definitely a clan of valley elves that Linearial comes from, and it's a beautiful thing.
I really, really tried to get Indigo to allow it to be canon that all elves speak like valley girls or surfer bros, and I couldn't get him to do it for everybody. I tried, though. I really tried.
There's a clan of elves that's full valley. Valley bros. And then, of course, our newest member, Teo. Did you want to give yourself a quick description?
Yeah, so I am roughly 5'10", slightly darkish olive-colored skin. Like I said, I'm completely shaved head and no facial hair. I do have eyebrows, but I do have just a subtle point to my ears of a half-elf. Besides that, I have somewhat simple robes in my explorer's pack with me. I tend to keep things up the sleeves of my robes every once in a while if I'm pulling out just simple little items here and there. I'm walking with my spear as if it's a walking stick, keeping it with me as I walk along. Besides that, I seem not to have many possessions along the outside of me. It is real, like for the most part, it's pretty basic attire for the most part, but it seems sturdy and good for traveling long distances. I had mumbled something about my original intention of trying to find had ventured out from my monastery to find out who my parents really were, but I'm just gonna, just say it right now that I kind of mumble about that excuse. It obviously seems like an excuse, like not the real reason I've left my monastery.
Okay. Sorry. Felt like I was sitting in the darkness all of a sudden. And so you guys are definitely able to get to know each other a little bit better on your way to this dwarven shrine. And that's kind of mostly what you guys have heard so far, is that there was some kind of a dwarven complex that was kind of uncovered in looked to be like some kind of a landslide or something. And a couple of dwarves had come down here to kind of do some almost like a mix between prospecting and archaeological recovery. And so you guys decided to take this mission to go on down to this area to warn these dwarves about the threat of this dragon, which you guys yourselves have recently experienced, as this dragon did indeed kind of fly over you guys during the course of your travel while it was out and hunting. Obviously, you're flying off deeper into the mountains, looking for larger prey than the 5 or 6 of you guys. But it was enough to give you an idea of the immensity of this dragon and give you a little bit of a realization of the reality that this dragon is indeed there and it is a threat to this area.
I mean, like, he wasn't that big. Like, he was big, but, like, there are probably bigger dragons.
It was really big.
Yeah, but you're, like, half the size of me, so, like, a lot of things are pretty big to you.
That's true, but even on a general scale, it was tremendous.
I mean, we have a sense of how things can be very big. I mean, we live in a mostly human community.
I I will agree, Lenario. You're not that much taller than me, and that did seem quite large.
When it's that high in the sky, it does seem a bit smaller, but I guarantee if it came down and took a bite at you, you'd recognize the size of it less.
Fine.
All right, so you guys do manage to make your way to this dwarven complex. And it is going to be getting on towards nighttime when you guys make your way here. You would see that, let me get rid of this and put that brand new Tau token in there. Because if you got a Tau token, why wouldn't you put it in there? So, Del and Alabaster, being the humans in the party, obviously have some torches out, walking at this time of night. The rest of you being, the creatures that you are, have various levels of infravision. So, definitely have a slight advantage when it comes to that. So, you guys are walking up into this area. You can see that the canyon floor here is strewn with rubble, and it seems to be bereft of vegetation except for a few kind of scraggly weeds that do kind of grow into the area. You can see that the canyon's rocky walls rise to a height of about 80 feet. And at the end of this canyon, there's a 20-foot high wall of black stone with a broken gate carved into it. It has one of the stone doors hanging precariously by a hinge, and the other door seems to be missing. Beyond this open gate, in the shadow of a great mountain to the east, lies a ruined settlement. And at the moment, all seems to be quiet. Some of you that can see a little bit further on can kind of see, actually roll perception checks for me, all you guys.
Do I get advantage for having an owl buddy?
You do.
I don't think Alabaster and Dale probably shouldn't roll, right? We can't see more than just a few inches.
Actually, considering that you're holding the torches and the way that light actually works, I would say that no, you probably wouldn't want to roll.
Lenariel's just distracted by how cute her new axe is.
I think that's the first time I've heard an axe be called cute.
I'm sorry, but my axe is very cute.
So is like blood your axe makeup or something? Or what?
No, you have to clean that off before it causes like the metal to look weird and discolor. It's gotta stay cute.
Okay. Just never had a weapon of killing be like that. Called that.
Let's see if this
It's
works.
very cute. Onward!
That should hopefully, if it starts to echo or anything like that, Raz, let me know. I'm sorry, I just had someone telling me that I'm actually not, they can hear everybody else, but they can't hear me in the Discord chat. So I was just trying to fix that real quick. Okay, perfect. All right, so what did we get for rolls here?
21.
If you can, try and roll with your token, and that'll eliminate some of that double rolling thing going on there. Let's see. Lenariel got a 6.
Despite dark vision, Jellen can't see shit.
A 3. Tau got a 14.
Seeing like a human.
And Alabaster. Okay. Okay, I would say you guys just kind of see darkness up ahead, and then of course those of you that can see that far do see this wall with the broken doors. One of them obviously kind of hanging off of a hinge, and then the other one's just completely missing altogether. Those of you with the torches, including myself, can't really see that far. So, Guy's going to move a little bit further in.
I mean, it'd be pointless not to.
Okay. So as you get a little bit closer, in the back of your mind, you hear this, "Sir, there seems to be some sort of a light up ahead."
Oh, yeah, right. So everybody, there's some type of light up ahead. Everyone be careful. Also, I mean,
Okay.
Alabaster, keep an eye out. You never know. I mean, dwarves and gnomes are known for, our sort of metal work most of the time. There may be booby traps, just to keep them safe, especially with all the news of bandits and things like that.
Okay.
You asked me to keep an eye out, but you realize I can't see anything.
Well, you have a torch, right? They're completely blind.
Let's just say I have very limited vision.
It's okay. I'll check for traps.
I
And
feel
then
safe.
Jellen begins investigating the area, looking for anything out of the ordinary or any traps and whatnot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation check.
Jellen puts his goggles down, adjusts a few dials, hits a few buttons, and casts guidance on himself.
Okay. And as you're talking about not having the greatest vision in this situation, Alabaster Dell kind of just grunts in agreement. You see him actually kind of stub out his torch and kind of pack that away, and you see him kind of, seems like he's sticking a little bit closer to you.
Was that perception or investigation?
Investigation. Okay. So, Gigi, you're starting to see the flickering of torchlight as you come through this doorway. And you can kind of hear a fire just very subtly around the corner. Okay. You don't really notice any traps. It doesn't seem like anything has been built up or reinforced in any way. It just seems like these doors, have been kind of, precariously ajar for some time. It doesn't look like it's in any way like set to fall on anyone or anything like that.
Wait, I only got a +5 bonus? That should be higher. Let's look at that.
That'll work.
Okay, so Lenariel is just gonna look back at Jellen and go, well, there's definitely like a camp up there, so like there are definitely some people there, but am I safe to move forward, or should I like chill for a minute while you do your weird like tool thingy?
I say people.
How quietly are you guys moving?
I'm in chainmail, so not quietly.
Every step Jellen takes sounds like a maraca full of nuts and bolts. He's
We're not quiet. It's very easy. We're not quiet.
I'm super quiet.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
Everyone?
Anyone that wants to be stealthy.
Yeah, I think I want to be stealthy also.
You're not super quiet. I don't think you're super quiet.
So not super
I'll
quiet.
try.
Not super quiet. You are not super quiet.
I have disadvantage on stealth, so it's definitely that 6. Weird. It double rolled, and I rolled straight from my sheet.
If you roll from the token and the pop-up bar that comes up, it won't do that double roll.
Okay.
Okay, you guys all suck at stealth.
So we're not quiet, okay? Like, God. Why do you have to be so mean?
How do you make that pop-up bar come out again?
Just click on your token, and it should just pop up for you right in the top left.
I've lost my token also. I can't find it on the map.
Where are you? Oh, you're down here.
I can see everyone else.
Is it not?
You're way down at the bottom.
He's having some fun, Evil's gonna find him in the dark of the night.
Yeah, I couldn't click on it to move it.
Weird. You should be the owner. Let me check. Tau.
It's not D&D if we don't have technical issues.
That's half the
It's not.
fun.
It's not online D&D without technical issues.
Uh,
The in-person technical issues usually involve accidentally dropping dice on the floor or losing your spell cards or some sort of thing that brain just dies entirely in the middle of RP.
Spilling your drink on a nice map.
Oh.
It's happened twice when I used to be going to live D&D, and we were just like and it was funny because we all were like, no. Yeah, like in our Vader moment.
can you move that one?
Maybe, but I looked like I'm kind of stealthy.
Yeah. Can you use that token though? You should be able to.
Make sure on the left-hand side toolbar you have the square-shaped reticle selected.
The basic controls.
Yeah, down in your upper left, underneath the anvil, or you clicked on the person.
It's the token layer toolbar. Also make sure you have your token clicked.
Yeah, I have it clicked. How do I make it move around the board then?
You should be able to just click and
Use
drag.
the arrow keys.
Arrow keys and then drag and drop.
You can't move past obstacles like walls or enemy tokens.
There you go.
Okay, you got it.
There
And
he
he,
goes.
and he falls off the cliff.
And then you die. It's an 80-foot cliff going up, so you're good in that regard.
Tayo!
How do you fall up a cliff?
Only who was a higher level monk who would survive.
And
Oh, it's up?
I have
Never-
dark vision. Should my map be more lit up around me?
It's fairly dark for even those dark visions.
Yeah, it's pretty dark, and a lot of area is limited based on walls blocking light because it's dynamic lighting.
Yeah, it's
Carry on.
dark vision at night.
Yeah, I see people at the edge. You see people? What the hell?
Do I from
Okay.
here? Is this? Do I see the camp area, or is this just like
You do, yeah. Whatever you can see with your token. So as you guys do clump up a little bit closer, you suddenly hear this voice kind of ring out, and it says, "Another step forward, and you'll be getting an arrow to the eyeball."
Well, that's rude.
What state your business?
That's dwarven diplomacy.
Well, we've come to warn the dwarves who were part of the mining excavation. The town wanted them to be aware that the dragon is out and about, and that orcs have been forced out of their normal place of residence and are sort of floating down the mountain, and that there are bandits out and about.
We could see the dragon plenty fine.
The
Seen it flying through the skies out here.
Oh, we have. We just, like, recently, a few hours back, got to see and suffer the effects of that.
How are we to know you're not bandits yourselves?
I am way too cute to be a bandit. Thank you.
I am way too sophisticated to be a bandit.
We're the Boomsparkle brothers from Vandalen. We know the Poundmaster. You know, guy who's scared out of his fucking wits about the whole dragon, holding up real hard.
God, that guy sucks.
Okay.
Sort of a dick.
I believe if we were bandits, we wouldn't have showed ourselves so freely.
Yeah, do bandits normally just like walk up to the fire? Because that feels like really bad banditry.
I mean, they kind of sort of do. Most bandits aren't that intelligent. They sort of kind of do that. They sort of like step out in the middle of the road and be like, "Halt! Give us your money." You know? I mean, yeah. It's not really. They don't really.
Yeah, but like they're hiding and then they jump out. They don't get like jumped out on by other people because like that's bad banditry. Is banditry the right word?
And
Banditing?
I can tell you guys, we're all pretty stealthy, so we would have waited until you were sleeping.
Or the
That
smart
is
thing to do
not
would be to
helpful.
present ourselves as innocent to gain your confidence. And then once we get close enough to you, then we can exact
Good God, you people
brutal
are not.
destruction
Jellen,
upon
shut
you.
up.
Jellen.
I
You
feel
are
like
not
this whole
helping.
conversation proves that we're not bandits.
Oh, Norbus, you could clearly see that they mean no harm. And you see this female dwarf step into the light. And you can see that she actually seems to be carrying what looks to be some sort of like a platter. And it seems as though you guys have kind of caught these two dwarves in the midst of their evening meal here. And she kind of looks over at the lot of you, says, well then, come into the light.
I smell something good. I have no problem joining.
Hey, how's it going? You guys okay?
Well, of course. Norbus, please come out. You're not doing anything back there. And you see kind of an older dwarf kind of step out, a male dwarf. And he looks a little more gruff than his compatriot. Definitely looks like he's much older. He almost has sort of a scholarly look to him. And as he steps forward, you can clearly see that he doesn't even have any kind of a bow or anything like that. He is also kind of holding a plate in one hand and kind of holding a fork in the other hand in sort of a defensive manner as he's kind of looking out at you. And he just kind of like got his brows furrowed and he's kind of watching you. As he steps a little bit closer. Well then, you've delivered your message. Shouldn't you be off then?
Are you the foreman of the excavation crew? I mean, supposed to talk to your boss. Or the boss, the head honcho.
There's only the two of us here, if that's what you're asking.
Wait, I thought there's supposed to be an entire like group of you guys.
What happened to the rest of the miners? Like, I mean, I know they'd get dirty and probably bored, but like, I assume they're getting paid.
It's just the two of us. Once we heard got word of the dragon, the others run off.
Or like, where'd they run off to?
Probably to get eaten by the dang dragon.
Doesn't matter. They're not here working hard.
So of the entire mining colony, there is only the two of you.
Twas never a colony, more like an expedition.
Well then, like, why haven't you guys left yet?
There's so much to be uncovered here. This is an old temple to Abbathor, an ancient dwarven god. There's much evil that was done here in the name of this god.
Why do you want to uncover a whole bunch of evil?
Well, many treasures as well lie beneath these ruins.
This knowledge is important, so the whole evil thing doesn't happen. You know, gotta learn from the past and all that. Record things.
Yes, the gnome has the right of it.
And he said treasure.
Historical artifacts, sir.
You said treasure.
You did say treasure.
Semantics.
So human of you.
Okay.
What do you mean? Is there treasure or is there no treasure?
Well, there are items of value, of course, but for gnome or for dwarvish society, they are artifacts that perhaps we can learn from and not repeat some of the mistakes of the past. There's, as he said, terrible things have happened here, like blood sacrifice and things of that nature, unspeakable things.
Yeah. So basically, there's treasure. Two different types of different people. I mean, some people think treasure just means golden jewels. Others might be knowledge, things of that sort, or priceless, older styles of, pottery, woodwork, things of that sort. It can all be quote unquote treasures.
Teo nods and's like, philosophical treasure.
Mitch is like, no. I won't.
Anyways, I'm Kellen. This is my brother Jellen, and this is the Boomsparkle's adventuring party with our newest member, Teo.
I am going to launch yet another complaint about that name. I refuse. That name is not appropriate.
She's right. It's not Boomsparkle's Adventuring Party. It's Boomsparkle's Adventuring Company. And you can shorten it down to BSAC if you want to.
I feel like the point kind of got missed there, but please don't shorten it to BSAC, okay?
But it's so efficient.
Just
Come on,
please
Lanael. Don't you want to be
Don't.
on the BSAC?
Jellen, come here. Come here, Jellen. Come here.
What?
Come here.
Dell just like puts his head in his hand and he's just like,
Remember how I talked to you, Jellen, about words, connotation, and sometimes slang?
Of
Sack.
course.
Okay, so calling us BSAC has a negative connotation and could be the butt end of many jokes. Let's not call ourselves BSAC, okay?
But it's such
Also,
an
we
efficient
had-
acronym. We just have to let the BSAC expand in prominence.
Jellen, look at it this way.
Okay.
Your Lanariel, our lovely lady of our party, does not like this name. Even more so than the Boomsparkle's company. Let's just not call ourselves BSAC.
But it's...
I agree. When I joined up with this crew, I didn't realize that I was hanging out with what was going to be known as the BSAC.
I think we should just like revisit the whole name, but we can do that later. We don't need to do that here in front of these poor dwarves that I'm sure you all are boring to death.
yeah, you
Anyway.
see Norbus just kind of looking at you with this look like, what in the fuck is going on here right now?
Look, we're a new adventuring party. Don't mind it too much. We're working on the name. Anyways, what are your guys' names?
Well, this is Norbus, of course, and yes, he is the foreman of, well, what's left of our team here. My name is Dazzlin. Pleased to meet you all. I'm afraid there's not much left in the way of food, but perhaps we could cook something or wrestle something up for you.
You don't need to trouble yourselves. We have rations. As I pull out rations unenthusiastically.
Okay.
Is there meat grilling on that fire?
Not at the moment. There is not. But there is an awesome animated fire in the middle.
Yeah, it is very nice, and I like I like how the light wobbles. The aura of light wobbles. I like that very much. With the bright light.
Yes. The Foundry is amazing. Every game in D&D should be played in the Foundry. If it's not in real life, as sitting around a table.
I'm sitting cross-legged, just kind of on the edge of the light there, eating a bunch of the nuts that I couldn't feed to Jellen's machines.
Okay. Dale is also kind of sitting near the fire. Okay. So you do hear mostly Dazzlin is kind of the talker out of the two of these guys. You see Norbus does kind of grumpily, accept the presence of you guys, and over time you just kind of, begrudgingly, it seems to be more tolerant of you guys even being here at all, as he kind of finishes up his meal, kind of sets his plate aside, and after just a little bit of conversation, he finally just kind of so you've warned us about the dragon, you've warned us about the bandits. Shall you lot be staying the night then, or?
I mean, it is rather late and dark out.
Yeah, but I mean, also, like, this was all we had to do. Like, this seems quick. Can we get back to town tonight, or we can, like, sleep in a comfy bed?
I mean, I don't think we make it all the way back to town.
Is there someone close by me that I can pull to the side that maybe the two dwarves won't really notice me? Pull them to the side and kind of whisper them to a little bit.
Probably Jellen.
Jellen is furthest away, hiding from the female dwarf, Dazzlin.
So I kind of whispered to Jellen, I'm a little suspicious here. I'm wondering if we should investigate the mine they were working on, and I'm wondering if these two are perhaps up to something shady. How do we know for sure the rest of the mining expedition actually evacuated?
That is a very reasonable, very logical hypothesis. Now, pay attention. I'm going to show you how to scrutinize the validity of their statements just using your eyes.
And Jellen is going to cast guidance on Teo, which is just him teaching him things and giving him tips on his next ability check.
Go ahead and roll an insight check, and then there should be a little field just above that allows you to roll a light, just to put in 1d4, and it'll actually add that bonus for you. Jared, why don't you go ahead and roll an insight check as well, since he's kind of pulled you aside and brought this to your attention. Okay. So as you're... Go ahead. Is that one right?
It just seems a little high. Let me check. Oh,
Okay.
Proficient in insight. I'm good.
So as you're kind of telling this, and you cast this magic at him, and you kind of said, now that'll allow you to kind of get a better scope of the situation. And as you're kind of looking back at these two dwarves,
You gotta go higher with the voice.
I'll get it, I promise.
Now you're getting it.
So you look back over, and you actually notice as you're kind of casting this magic on Teo, you notice yourself that you've seen Norbis kind of, as he's kind of fidgeting around with this plate and stuff like that. You notice kind of like he looks over his shoulder and then kind of like looks back towards the fire and kind of looks around. And you'll see him kind of look over his shoulder again, just kind of quickly and trying to be subtle about it. But you definitely notice this.
Joe,
Yeah.
Norbert seems to be nervous about something.
Kellen,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
very important question.
Yep.
Very important. Ask them if they have any smoke powder. Now, we don't know where they're from, so they might know it as black powder, boom dust, or Ifrit's dandruff. Ask them.
Gotcha. So, Norbis and wait, what was her name again?
Dazzlin.
Dazzlin. I was stuck on Dazzle. I was like Dazzle. Okay, Dazzlin.
She can turn sound into light, so it's pretty awesome.
Cool. Yeah. Have either of you, in your excavation of the site, come across smoke powder or saltpeter? I think. Fire giant dandruff or something like that.
Those are three very different things. So,
I don't know what he's talking about. Okay.
I mean, given that he probably only a quarter listens to Jellen when he starts going off about materials, that makes sense.
I spent 2 years hearing this guy ask about the damn
Kellen,
thing.
Kellen, they might know it as nitrocellulose, or primordial pepper, or dragon dingleberries, or ballistite, cordite, or troll's despair, or trinitrotoluene.
While they're doing this, can Teo kind of be casually walking around the side of the fire to be kind of somewhat to the side of Norbis, kind of in the circle of the fire?
sure, go ahead and move your token where you would like to move to.
If you have a list, why don't you just say it?
There's a girl here.
I mean, you've gotten used to Lenario. I figured you've grown somewhat. You can do it. I believe in you.
Lenariel's different. I'm not quite there yet.
Do you need some liquid courage? I have emergency stash for you.
No, I want to keep my wits about me.
So, Teo, as you kind of circle around this way, two things. Norbus definitely kind of like looks, is following your movement, and his eyes definitely kind of grow a little bit wider as you get closer to this entrance behind him. And he kind of like, follows your path around him until you get to the other side. As you get to this entrance with what are your elven eyes see? You see that there is this partially collapsed 10-foot high wall that separates the courtyard from the settlement west of it. You guys can all kind of tell this area that you're in now was some sort of a settlement where there was living quarters of some kind just outside of this temple. You can see that 3 heaps of rubble are piled high in this area, and hewn from the canyon's back wall. A 30-foot high temple facade features steps rising to a stone platform. And cut into this facade is a 10-foot high open doorway flanked by crumbling, life-size granite statues of cloaked dwarves. You can see that evil grins are on their weather-worn faces. And as you kind of come back around this dwarf to the other side of him, do you do anything or say anything?
I take all this in, and I kind of stand next to him by the fire, warming my hands, but kind of just looking over at him pointedly a little bit, just not really saying anything, but with an almost smile on my face, just kind of just looking.
Got something on your mind then, Elf?
Some fascinating ruins you have, dwarf.
Well, as I mentioned before, this used to be a temple to a dwarven god of greed, actually, Abbathor. Sacrifices to him were usually known to be, sort of like a blood sacrifice nature, or like gems and great amounts of gold and other sorts of valuables, depending on your perspective, as it were.
Oh, fucking Alabaster spaces, this is so...
The eyebrow just raises.
Slowly getting higher and higher.
I don't break my eye contact with Norbus. I just kind of listen to her, and indeed.
Yeah, he just kind of grumpily is staring back at you. Decided to make a staring contest out of it.
I keep staring with a partial smile.
So, about the whole... Mm-hmm. What?
I was going to say, just because it's only the 2 of you now, it's going to take, like, forever to do any of this stuff, isn't it?
Well, I will admit our work has slowed down quite a bit because of and at this point you see Norbus kind of, he turns and he kind of puts his arm on Daslin's forearm, and she kind of stops talking.
Hey! Don't stop her now. I mean,
excuse me, hold on. You don't get to just decide a woman needs to stop talking. Honey, continue.
Well, it's well. And she kind of looks over at Norbus.
No, don't look at him. He sucks. Look at me. I don't. So, what's going
on? She says, well, we came across something inside of there when we were exploring, and well, we haven't been able to go in since.
Something dangerous?
It was some kind of it kind of, dropped on us from the ceiling. And, well, it ate one of our friends.
Lenariel immediately just, like, looks up above to make sure there's nothing above her right at that very second.
You do see the night sky above you. This area is definitely very run down. Kind of just the crumbling walls seem to be what's left of the structures here. And she says, well, they don't seem to like the lights. I've never seen them come out here, but it's like some sort of like a yellow, like a slimy thing.
Why is it wherever we go, we run across things that want to eat us or anybody?
I mean, creatures are hungry? That's bad. That much I can give you.
Maybe we're delicious.
Oh, as she says,
I mean, we are, honey. We are.
as she says this and gives a small description. Does this, since I've, mostly followed in my father's footsteps and learned about his conjuration attempts, does this sound like any creature my dad may have studied or conjured?
Teo launches into a speech about how the flow of the universe will push us where we need to be.
L'Oreal tunes out 3 words in. Just like listening to Jellen. She's just like, uh-huh.
And you see that Daslin actually seems to be very interested in what you're saying. The dwarf, the male dwarf, Norvis, he definitely seems to kind of just be like, as you start talking about this. But after
And that's how you center yourself, is when you start to reflect on your key, you can focus it into certain places, and then you can tell where it is pushing you.
Hold on. Let me just ask. Norvis, would you like a drink?
Norvis definitely, he's kind of looks over at you and he just nods and he says, at least there's one sensible one amongst you.
Right, I'm going to throw him the wine bottle I have in my coat. Have it all.
He kind of looks at it for a second like, wine? Really? But then he just kind of shrugs and pulls the cork off of it, takes a long drink on the bottle.
Do you have a way to keep your ale cold out here? No. Wine can be served warm.
He just kind of shrugs, takes another drink on the bottle. As you kind of finish talking about this, Teo, you see Daslin kind of like, she puts her head down for kind of a second, and then she kind of just gets this look of determination, and she says, well, I feel like maybe you all were meant to come here then, if what he says is true. Perhaps you can help us clear what these monsters out of here, and I mean, if you would be happy to do so, perhaps these could help you. And she kind of holds up her hand, and you see these 2 small, white, spherical, kind of semi-spherical objects in her hand as she kind of holds this out to you. I can't hear you, sir.
Kellen, check those out.
I got you.
What are those?
Do you make a move to try and grab them?
I mean, I do.
She kind of pulls her hand back a little bit as you kind of reach for them. And again, kind of opens her palm and she says, well, perhaps after, if you were to be able to help us, these are called sending stones. They will actually allow you to be able to, communicate with a friend at a distance. They were on, well, one of our other miners before she was eaten as well.
Kellen, say yes. If we can get our hands on those sending stones, we can reverse engineer them and mass produce them back at the Emporium. Say yes, Kellen, say yes. Say yes, Kellen, say yes. Say yes, Kellen, say yes. Say yes, Kellen, say yes.
I mean, I was kind of already with this, but sure.
Yes!
Okay.
So all we have to do is go kill some of those weird gooey things? That's easy enough.
Well, I suppose if you were to do something like this, then we might even be able to split some of the things you might find in there. Split, of course.
Of course.
That's fair. Also, while we go take care of this for you, because we're going to go take care of this for you, because we're pretty good people and we kind of want you guys to be able to get back to work and all, you should think about how you treat her, because had she not told us, you'd still be stuck with this problem.
Well, I just don't want to go, trust in every person that comes along here, especially when, one of them,
When one of them what?
Well, it's... You know how your kind can be.
Oh, shit.
You mean elves?
She points to the ears. Oh.
I'll point to my ears.
Nobis, that was rude. You should apologize.
He just kind of grumpily crosses his arms and just kind of makes a frowny face and says, well, will you be off then or not?
Are you gonna apologize or not?
Go, let's go.
What? Apologize for what?
Well, maybe we just won't help them. I mean, I like her and all, but since this guy sucks, maybe we just shouldn't do anything to help them.
We'll just, his apology can just affect his share.
Oh,
There'll be none of that now. I mean, we've had to fight off so many orcs at this place, and now I'm supposed to be some kind of a mean guy because, this orc lass come along and she want to just, talk her way at me.
No, but she is a half-elf, not an orc.
and she's the one that offered to help you.
She's right.
Have you ever heard an orc talk in the valley tongue?
Well, it is,
Do you speak Valley Common?
it is a bit strange, I'll give you that. Anyway, as Lee seemed to be a nice enough sort. If you're willing to help, then we'll split some treasure with you.
Sounds like a deal. 70-30, deal.
That still wasn't an apology, Norbus. You see Dazzlet kind of lean forward as she whispers this. But I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, come on, guys. Let's go.
Teo says 4.
No, it's fine. I got the words, and honestly, guys like that never mean it anyways, so it's okay. At least he had to say the words, and that hurt his ego enough to make me feel better.
He just kind of
Fine.
just grumpily doesn't say anything after that. Dell just kind of chuckles to himself after watching this exchange. Just kind of shakes his head as he follows after Linerio here. So, who else is coming along here? You coming, Kellen?
Kellen!
Kellen doesn't like D&D anymore.
No, he doesn't. Also, out of character, I have a pretty good idea of what we're going to be fighting, and a lot of them are going to render my character useless.
I don't know what you're talking about. So, you guys. So as I said before, you guys do see these two kind of life-size granite statues here, the evil grins carved into their weather-worn faces. As you kind of look through this doorway, you can see that there are a couple of spikes that are hammered into the floor that hold open these two sets of the double doors here. And you can see that, well, are you guys gonna enter in?
Was there anything special about these statues? Like gems for eyes or anything?
You don't notice anything like that. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Alabaster. But is there anything on these statues I can steal? Asking for a friend.
No, golden jewels, maybe? 17. They do definitely seem to be very fine stone craftsmanship, but they don't have any kind of inherent value besides possibly historical nature.
All right, then Alabaster will head forward.
Okay. Nope, nothing good for me. Okay. So, what do your elven eyes see up there, Linerio?
Alabaster, do you want to check this door? I don't want to just like go barging into a room and then get like whacked with some stupid trap.
So you guys do see that there seems to be some sort of a door here. And Alabaster and Jellen, go ahead and roll a perception check. Alabaster because of your roguish nature, and Jellen because of your mechanical mind. Okay. Alabaster, you're definitely going to notice that this seems like it was once some sort of a secret door. It was long ago, seems to have either been broken open or somehow fell into disrepair. But you can kind of recognize the work that went into creating the secret portal. It does lie open. What you can see beyond there, are you going to, oh, it's actually already open. What you see beyond there is actually seems to be just kind of an empty room with nothing but rubble as far as you can tell.
It seems to be an empty room, maybe destroyed through the years with rubble and stuff. But probably nothing important. But maybe one of the others want to go in there and check it out. Because Alabaster ain't doing it.
You said this seemed as if it was a secret door?
Yes.
Like at one point it was.
At one point.
I want to squeeze in there and look around the room.
Okay. Go ahead and move your token wherever you would like to. And roll an investigation check. Man, it is so dark on this map.
Anything jump up and bite you, monk?
1 second. I'm going to actually turn up the...
Very, very dim in here. Even with my elvish eyes, this is...
That should be better.
Looks like rubble, as you had said. I don't see anything extra in here.
Okay. And what did you roll for that investigation? Yeah, you definitely, with that 11, you're not going to see anything beyond this rubble that is in here. It does look like back here in this corner, there seems like there was once a passage going through here, but it's been completely filled in by rubble at this point.
Looks like there used to be a passage back here.
Okay. Alabaster, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. 14.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. You in these areas that have the debris and all that kind of stuff in them, it is going to be difficult terrain whenever you're moving around in an area of that kind of a nature. As Lenariel and Kellen and also Alabaster kind of looking into this main chamber, you can see that this seems to be some sort of a temple, like a main temple chamber. At the other end of this chamber, you can see what looks to be like some sort of a altar. And then, of course, the 4 pillars through the center of this chamber. You can't really see too much beyond that. It does seem to be kind of ancient and decrepit.
Can I look up and just see if there's anything? Because they said something fell on them, right? Like the slimy, gross thing, like fell from the ceiling.
It's true. Go ahead and roll an investigation.
Ooh. Oh.
Okay.
All right, looks clear, guys. I think we're good. I think whatever that gooey thing was like totally run away. So like, let's keep scouring this room and find more like exits.
You scan the ceiling by rolling your eyes.
Basically, yes.
Nothing. Okay, let's go. Okay. So you definitely don't really see anything going on in there. Is anybody else gonna... What do you guys want to do? Can I found this chamber here?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, perhaps Dale should join us. It's a temple. That's kind of his thing.
Knowing that we're going possibly into danger, I remember what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and pull my hat from my head, give it a good old shake, and then put it back on my head, and glittery stardust will fall on me as I go ahead and cast Mage Armor.
Okay. Yay. I get to use my Mage Armor animation on you. Haha. What? Foundry! Yay! The Foundry's so awesome. Okay, so as you start going through the ritual of this and casting the magic, it's definitely successful. You feel this magical force kind of coalesce around you. I think this is the first time the rest of you guys have seen him do this. I don't remember. I don't think so. Okay. All right. So what do the rest of you guys want to do?
I want to search around this big room with the pillars and see if there's anything interesting in here that I can see.
Jellen's trying to watch the ceiling, but he's also looking about the area for traps and clues and things.
Right.
Okay.
Alabaster's strategically hiding in the corner to make sure that little gooey thing don't fall on him, because I can't see the roof.
Okay. Let's say this. Okay. So Teo, what was the path that you walked?
Oops, sorry. After we walked through that hallway, I turned right, and then kind of started circling around the room. Yeah.
Okay. So let's put you right here. So you are kind of walking through, kind of looking around, checking out your surroundings, and you suddenly just kind of like feel this sensation of like a light touch on your shoulder. And as you look, you kind of see another, like this little thing of motion, and it's almost like a drip that lands on your shoulder. And as you start to look up, you suddenly see this mass of yellow ooze-like substance up above you on the ceiling, and it instantly drops down on top of you.
Gotta leap out of the way.
Negative, sir. Everybody, let's
If I could see that, that'd been totally scary.
roll some initiatives. Go ahead and toggle that second tab over on the right side of the screen there. Oops, I think I just accidentally rolled for Jellen, sorry. I was trying to click Dell. I don't know how to reset it, so you can roll again. Do you just want to roll a 1d20 and I'll assign whatever you roll?
Do you want me to re-roll?
Yeah, because I accidentally rolled it for you. And I rolled a 6, which is kind of shite, so I'd rather let you roll it for yourself. That's much better.
Yeah.
Do you get a bonus to your initiative?
Oh, yeah. Jellen has a +2 to Dex.
So 21?
Yes.
Got you, sir. All right, so. That, my friends, is going to be an ochre jelly. And it is going to get a sneak attack on you, sir. So it's going to get one attack with advantage, and then I will get this combat started here. Oh, I don't even have to roll that second one. Because
he just rolled with advantage on you, Teo, and he rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, sorry, I had to grab my charger. My computer's about to die.
welcome to the campaign.
Please don't kill him in his first combat.
And my friend, there is also going to be some acid damage on top of that, friend.
Nothing better than a character with no armor.
This creature just slams down on top of you, just drops down on you with the full weight of its slimy like body, and just completely envelops. You just hear this brief kind of a shout, a scream of surprise. We lost a GG.
Yeah, in the chat thing, I didn't see the damage or the attack for the jelly.
No?
Nope.
Yeah, I can see the pseudopod with the D20 and the acid in the building of it, but not the actual damage roll.
Oh, now it showed up.
Okay. I had to toggle it on for some reason.
Ah, there we go.
There is no way you have 28 HP, is there?
Oh, shite.
So, it was a critical hit, Dan.
Tell us you have more than 14 total HP.
What's your total hit point count right now? Or, like, just max hit points?
I 17 says max.
I think he's in shock.
Okay, good.
That would be 17.
Okay, so it's not more than twice your hit point total, so you're not just automatically dead. So that's a good thing. You are going to be at 0, however, from this creature dropping down from the heavens upon you. So let's do that. So this thing just completely envelops Teo. You hear like the scream of surprise and then pain from your new friend before suddenly it just kind of disappears in this jelly-like slimy substance. And that, my friends, is going to be where we take that quick 8 o'clock break. So let's go ahead and do a quick 5-minute break, grab a drink, go to the bathroom, anything like that, and then we'll get this combat started.
The first round of the first combat with Dan, he gets one shot.
And
that hit would have killed every single one of us.
Yeah, that would have taken me down too.
It was a surprise attack and a crit. Oh my gosh.
That would have.
Sorry, Dan. I did not do that on purpose. I promise.
I am so glad I did not.
You're controlling the dice, sure.
All right. So you guys want to get in a fight or what?
That was only 6 damage from just killing me outright.
Wow.
God damn, that would have been the worst. Like the first combat you get into, you get one shot perma-kill.
Welcome to the game, Dan. Good to see you.
And this random second character just comes running in after you guys. And
we haven't gotten to hang out in like 10 years. Let me murder your character first fight. It's cool. No big deal.
Yeah.
All right. So it is Dell's turn. Dell does not like what just happened here. And you see him, he just says, bloody hell. As he runs over, so really, I'm gonna like use my free action to. He uses his hammer to like scoop away some of the slime and the jelly, and he actually reaches down and he touches you. And you suddenly feel this life, you feel this energy like kind of return back to you. And as you kind of open up your eyes, you find yourself on the floor prone, and you are just covered head to toe in this yellowy, ochre, slimy ooziness. And you feel it just burning.
Time to me.
You feel like this acid just burning you all over your body as this creature is enveloping you. And you just hear this voice say, "Oh, that'll be enough of that, lad. We need you in this fight." And that...
I'd like to be.
Alright, that is going to take us to... No, don't do that. That is going to take us to Jellen.
Indigo, is there any way you can adjust the playlist so only the combat track is playing?
Possibly. Let me see if I can turn off this one.
Unless you mean for there to be multiple tracks to build up a mood you're looking for.
1 second. There,
That fixes
should fix it. Sorry about that. This is the combat music. It started playing when I hit combat, and it didn't turn off the other ones.
Orchestrated by Will Savino of the Music D20 project, available at Bandcamp.
I don't know if that's really who it is, but the song is called Blink His Temper. It's cool.
It is.
Oh, is it? Huh, look at you.
I looked him up because of his great music pack and Foundry, and he just released a 3rd volume of his project a couple Fridays ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
There you go.
So Jellen catches wind of what's going on here and repositions himself so that he has clear line of sight to the ochre jelly that just knocked out Teo. And Jellen opens up his trench coat, and you see springing out on like a little mechanical arm comes his crossbow. And it's a little different than you may have remembered it, because he enhanced it with some of the same arcano mechanics that he also enhanced Lenariel's axe with. It's got glowing blue accents on it now, and he picks it up and lines up his shot.
Go ahead and take that shot, sir.
I feel like if Jellen ever got magic missile, it would actually just end up being those fists on springs, just flying at people.
Wow. Interesting. Look at you.
Except that one critical damage. That sucks.
Why is the maestro not working?
Yeah, I can't get Maestro to work in any of my games either.
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't work right then. It's set. Let's do this. Because that failed, you get the most epic one.
Critical hit. How you like that shit? Baby, that's what you get. Another critical hit.
Yeah! Alright, that was for you. It's supposed to do that automatically, but it failed, so I got your back, sir.
I imagine that natural 20 hits the ochre jelly.
And back to the camp. Alright, so it does. And you are going to do that 11 points of damage. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That's not a lot of damage, my friend.
It's more than a miss.
Why?
Okay, it says it's 1d8 plus, oh, never mind, I'm dumb. I can't do math. Ignore me. I've been playing Lenariel for too long already. I'm forgetting how to do basic fucking things that I know how to do outside of the character. Like add 7 and 3.
Yes, Gigi, that's method acting. Become Lenariel.
You got to. You really have to. All right. So is that the end of your turn, sir?
Yes, that's the end of my turn.
That means it is Teo's turn. And you, sir, find yourself prone on the floor and covered with this yuck.
So am I doing a saving roll? What am I doing?
No, you're actually...
With prone, you can just stand back up. It takes half your movement. And you definitely should, because melee attackers have advantage against you when you're prone.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to stand up and kind of, I guess, do a... I'm going to attack it, I guess. Why not? Fuck this thing.
That's where I needed you to get to. Good job.
Punch it in its stupid jelly face.
How did you put the blue dot on there? Did you do that? Okay. Let's see. I would say that this thing does have you grappled. So you're not going to be able to move until you...
So is there anything I can do to try to... I guess I want to try to get away from it then.
Yeah, I will say you can stand up, but you wouldn't be able to move from the square that you're in until you get away from this thing. You can attack it if you want, if you don't want to use your action to try and disentangle yourself from the yucks. That would pretty much consist of you just like quickly trying to slime enough of the bulk of it off of you to step away from it.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, you know what? Yeah, I am gonna take pretty much half my action to wipe myself down and step out of it, try to pretty much jump out of it.
That would be the half your movement to stand up, and then it would be your full action to try and break away from it.
Then I do that.
Could do acrobatics or athletics. I think for your character, you're probably better off doing that acrobatics. Okay. So you are actually able to kind of, as you're getting up, you kind of like, just wipe at your body enough, and you're able to kind of get this yellow ooziness, like enough of this bulk of this slime off of you. It kind of like slops down to the ground at your feet. So you do have 15 feet of movement. If you don't worry about that timer thing, if you want to try and step away from it, you can to there. So you are free of this thing. You're up on your feet, but you have used your action.
I guess I'll do for my bonus action. I'll use a key point and do a flurry of blows at it.
I think you have to use your action to attack in order.
You do. So
Yeah, you have to take the attack action.
Oh, yep, you're right.
Oh,
Never mind.
You could be a little defensive. You use that keyboard for some defense.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang on to that. Yeah.
It just have a taste for you. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna I am gonna use.
Okay. You're gonna use.
Yeah, I'm gonna use key point to disengage because I'm pretty low in health. Because I can do that as a bonus action.
Is that Step of the Wind?
Yes. Step of the Wind.
Well, disengage isn't going to help you unless you can actually move further away, because all disengage does is stop you from getting opportunity attacks when you leave its threatened range.
Does he not have space to move?
He doesn't. He has 10
Yeah,
feet
I
of
can move
movement,
that.
and that puts him in Dell's square.
It does.
So he can't actually move.
No, I can't.
You could use the key point to do the patient defense instead, and then that would allow you to take the dodge action and give this thing at least disadvantage on trying to attack you.
You don't want to waste a
Oh,
key
that
point on
works.
that.
Yeah. All right.
Totally up to you.
I'm just gonna hang out. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna hold my key points.
He's going full man mode. All right. Sorry. So let's. That's going to be the end of your turn. Go ahead and click that end turn button if you're all done there. Right. That brings us to Linario.
All right, I am gonna move. And then I am going to whip out my glaive, or I'm going to whip out my great axe and take a nice big old swing with my new pretty hot pink wrapped great axe.
This thing is badass. I need to figure out a way to do like an animated, like a pink trail, like an energy trail. That'd be cool. 18 to hit. I am quite sure that is going to hit.
God damn it. 17 slashing, literal max damage.
All right. So as you kind of jump over, have you developed like a battle cry, or do you say anything as you're kind of waging into battle?
Not yet, no. I just kind of I'm hoping that it doesn't notice me and I can catch it from behind.
Okay.
I'm not exactly quiet, so.
So you kind of clink, 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 and as you get closer, you slash down into this thing with a brutal strike on this creature. And as your battle axe, it almost just kind of cuts right through the jelly-like substance of this creature, and it kind of clangs into the stone of this ancient temple of the floor, and you feel it kind of hit with like this loud clunk, and it kind of jars your arms a little bit as it hits. And as you kind of pull your axe back, you see this jelly-like substance just kind of coalesce back together again, and you see it just kind of doing this wobbly amorphous thing.
Well, that I don't like. That's kind of rude. You know, when you get sliced in half, you're supposed to like be in two pieces.
So much damage too.
I know, it's my max fucking damage.
Oh, I didn't mean to put Sebastian in the turn order. Sebastian goes on your turn. All right. Let's go to Mr. Alabaster. What would you like to do?
Well, since I still can't see anything, Alabaster's gonna just walk down and be like, "So what's all the fuss about?"
Okay.
And then see a big ogre Jellen go, "Nope, nope, nope," and just runs away. No,
And no.
no. Alabaster will pull out his crossbow, aim as best as he can, and fire away.
And I feel like I should get some kind of cover, but it's such a big creature, we'll forget it. It's like this big old puddle of yucks. You know, like even with the pillar and Dell kind of standing there, it's big enough that you can get a shot. Whether or not it's successful, that is enough to hit.
They're within 5 feet of it, right?
They are. What does that mean?
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack damage.
Sneak attack.
I know what it means. I just wanted you guys to be excited. All right. Do that beautiful sneak attack damage. Ouch.
9 damage.
Okay. Let's apply full damage. And apply damage. All right. This thing does seem to be, as this thing goes into it, it does seem to be kind of leaking. It's the same color yellow, but it almost seems to be like a thinner substance than the jelly-like, and it seems to be kind of spreading around the floor around this creature.
All right. And out of just basic instincts, I'm going to shoot another shot at it.
Bonus shot brought to you by the crossbow expert feat.
22 is going to hit. For
8 more damage.
Yeah. You're killing this thing, would you? All right.
And then I'm going to take my 20 feet of movement I still have. I walk through a bird.
You can't go diagonal there. I allow diagonal movement, so you can do 5-foot step to there.
All right, I'm good right here.
Okay.
You guys all got this, right?
That is going to bring us right to Kellen Boomsparkle, one of the leaders of the Boomsparkle's adventuring company.
The bean sack.
Tell Sebastian to give a helping hand. So Sebastian, if you'd be so kind to give us a helping hand.
Okay. You can control said fowl, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And
Are owls a fowl? Does that count?
I have no clue.
Are they a raptor? I think they're a raptor.
He'll fly over the jelly, and when he gets closer, over the jelly, 5 feet in the air or whatever, we'll go ahead and try something new, and I'll put a hand to my new starry hat and speak words of arcane power, and you'll see like Kellen's body sort of light up like the cartoon skeleton with lightning, and then I channel it into the hat and try to focus on our connection with Sebastian and try to do shocking grasp through our bond to electrify Sebastian's claws.
Okay. And there's like a percentage chance this fails, right?
Nope. Not unless you're making it that way.
No, I'm not. Where's your item?
Oh no, you can do touch spells through your familiar. It's a spell.
I know. Is this a new
Cantrip? No.
cantrip? Oh, okay.
Had it from the get go.
You're
I just haven't
using the half flavor.
Yeah, you didn't have a flavor. Oh, I'm on the wrong guy's token. My spells aren't showing up, but I'm clicked on Sebastian. Of course they're not showing up.
Let's see.
So Sebastian uses his reaction. His action is to help, and then I sort of distract, and then I give him a quick charge with the shocking grasp.
Okay.
12?
12 is going to hit.
So-
The reason I was asking is because you can cast cantrips that you don't know with the head of wizardry. You just have to roll that intelligence check to make sure you can actually do it.
Yep, I'm not going to use it so soon with only one charge. Nice, almost max.
So 7 total.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, Sebastian takes a quick retreat.
Yeah.
And so do I. Hey, it almost killed Tail. I'm not that hardy. I'm good.
Almost, yeah, one shot. Our new friend here. That is not cool. All right.
We would run up behind Alabaster and be like, whew, that was tingly. But it worked!
Alabaster is trying to hide behind you, and you run behind him.
You got this buddy, right?
Yes.
Kellen, did you just transfer a spell through your familiar?
Oh yeah, it's First time ever, but it worked. It's awesome. You.
That's amazing!
Mm-hmm.
With a little bit of math, I could figure out how to emulate that same ability.
Yeah, I've already ended my turn, I believe.
Yeah. So, these creatures are not exactly intelligent. And it's already got a taste of our monk friend here. So I think it is going to take another swing. And you see as it's kind of sitting there and it's kind of taken these various attacks, you see this portion of it just kind of like bulges out in this kind of oozy, bludgeoning sort of an appendage, and it just kind of lashes out in your direction, Teo. It is going to get disadvantage on this attack. So, why is it not rolling? I'll do this one. All right. So it looks like an 18, sadly, is going to be the lesser of the two attacks. So you are going to take another 15 points of damage as this thing kind of lashes out at you again. It just kind of grabs you right around your chest. You feel the acid kind of burning into you, kind of slams you up against the wall behind you, and you feel it like sticking to the wall. The rest of you see this monster then kind of move up as it kind of like tries to basically pull itself up to the wall and is trying to pin your friend to the wall with the bulk of its form. Lenariel, you are going to get an opportunity attack as it moves.
I guess I'm gonna.
I'm just saying you get one.
Yeah, I guess I'll try and punch it.
You have advantage for Sebastian did give a help action.
I have advantage on my punch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it didn't let me roll it as advantage. Let me roll again.
Roll it again. I'm sure it's something I just authorized somebody on.
Does a 14 hit it?
The 14 is going to hit. Roll that damage.
So it takes 5 bludgeoning.
Okay. So you kind of just, stick your fist into this thing and it kind of splatters around you. I'm definitely going to kind of get it like up to about mid, forearm as you get all this kind of yellowy ochre stuff.
Yeah.
And it still kind of seems to be quivering and kind of pulling itself towards Teo, trying to pin him to the wall here. So you are going to be grappled again. So that is the end of Smoker Jelly's turn. Well. So let's see. You did take the damage from that. So let's do that real quick. Let's see, Dell. What is Dell going to do here? You're going to make this guy cast all of his healing spells in the first fight. I am actually going to...
Our ceilings were clear.
Not as clear as you hoped. So Dell is actually going to, as this thing is kind of crawling over your form, he is going to take his hammer and he's just going to try and like swipe up the front of your body and just see if he can like just scrape, some of this thing off of you in some sort of a hit on this thing. And 13 is going to be good enough to hit. 10 points of damage. All right. So as he does this, you see it. His warhammer. Well, I guess you don't see it, Dan, but the rest of you guys see the warhammer kind of catch all of this oozy substance, and it kind of flings it all across the wall back here. And you see that this creature does seem to kind of just stick there, just kind of slide slowly down the wall. And that is going to be the end of combat. It did die as this creature kind of slowly slides down the wall. Dell stealing your guys' thunder, getting that kill shot.
He can have it. I feel very sad about my existence right now. Like the only thing I'm good at was useless, and now I'm like really gonna start having an existential crisis.
I feel like that's appropriate. So Teo.
I'm just glad Dell didn't have to use his saving spell.
Teo is again down on the ground, and you scared the lights out of me, little gnome.
Teo, sir!
Do you always have to be yelling like that?
Is he okay?
I'll make him all right. I'm just saying, he just scared the lights out of me over here.
Well, get him up.
As he turns, he does kind of kneel, and he is going to cast. Let's cast Cure Wounds, good. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So you do get 5 points back. Sadly, not a little bit stronger of an effort. He is kind of casting the spell. Oh, that's pizza. Yeah, I was like, who the hell's buzzing right now? So he's casting the spell, and as Jellen is kind of standing there, kind of asking if he's okay and stuff. He's like, "Oh, no, just stop distracting me a little bit. The spell's not quite as effective as it could have been."
That's it? That's the best you can do? I guess it's up to me and my more capable artifice to fix this.
And Jellen casts Cure Wounds.
Ouch. Where does Jellen get cure Wounds from?
Does like syringes come out of your backpack?
11 points of healing. So Jellen pulls out a box that has the words Convalescent Utility Response Engineering inscribed on it, and popping out of the box are several little mechanical versions of Jellen that run around Teo's body, applying salves and ointments and fixing all his wounds.
Thank you. Oh my God, this is incredible. These are working so much better than the magic healing did. I can't believe this.
Of course it is. It's actual medical science grounded in reality, not some hocus pocus. But Teo, you gotta keep your guard up, man. What happened out there?
I did. I did not see it. I literally did not see it coming.
You see Dell just kind of watching this exchange, and he just shakes his head, and he's like, "Okay, then."
Thank you, Dell. You did heal me mid battle.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to my world, Dell. Every time. Technology's better than magic.
Because factual evidence supports my claim. Am I right? Am I not right?
So as these little robots are crawling over your body, and they do kind of knit up even the last the scars that were there, you see them kind of going through, and you see using a combination of technology and some sort of inherent magic. You see even the scars of these wounds seem to be disappearing from you, and then they kind of all crawl back off of his body as he kind of opens up his satchel. You see him all kind of crawl back in.
Yep, they're all here.
Incredible.
This little gnome and his technology, I swear.
Do you think this was the creature Dazzlin and Norbis spoke of?
Apparently, what ate their friend, and I can see why. It's a giant puddle of ooze.
It is, and we should check it for clues.
And Jellen's going to investigate the body, perhaps finding a sending stone or something?
Okay. Okay. That is a very nice roll, sir. Let's see. Okay. So with this creature itself, you're not really finding a lot as go ahead and roll a nature check. I'll say with a 27. That's good enough. You would surmise that the digestive tract of this creature would be quick enough that anything that it had of a material substantive nature probably would have passed out of it somewhere at some time, unless it had fed recently.
No sending stones in this one. Damn it.
Everyone keep their eyes on the sky, apparently, because that was dangerous. If you can take tail down that easily, everybody but maybe Linerl is in real danger.
That was an incredible blow immediately.
Yeah, that's not a lot of fun.
Should we all have a look around there, now?
Yep.
Alabaster's going to stay next to the people that look the strongest.
Okay. What areas are you guys looking around in? Roll some investigation checks.
I'll search the wall over here.
I'm going to look at the altar thing.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna look at this pillar, I guess.
This one that's kind of broken and crumbly.
Yeah,
21.
that's accurate. It is, in fact, a crumbly pillar, so I did good.
I imagine Lenariel's just banging her head against the pillar out of frustration.
I totally sliced him in half, though.
It was a great strike.
It's so terrible.
Jellen is also looking, or no?
Oh, you want me to roll a separate check?
It's kind of a separate check. You're not digging through the carcass or slime.
Looking for luck, I got plenty. Natural 20.
I was gonna say I want to investigate the area where up above in the ceiling area where it dropped down at me from.
Okay. It was a great search, sir.
He got rewarded for the fact that we almost killed him.
That was your reward for almost dying.
The song just made my night.
There you go. That's what I did it for, see? So, you do...
Was that the... Oh, I was going to say, was that the monster that the Venture actually had, or did you add it because we have a lot of players?
That's the monster that it called for.
Wow.
cold-blooded.
It's true. And Teo, as you roll so amazingly, Jellen, you're kind of looking in that area where you are.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. That corner does seem to be kind of solidly just a corner of the room there. Teo, you do find what seems to be a secret door. It's kind of in the seam of the wall here as you're kind of looking around. And you instantly see where there's a trigger for this thing.
I've found a secret passage. There's a trigger over here.
Oh,
Okay. And as you're saying that, Kellen, you find another seam in this wall over here that seems to be some sort of a secret passage or door that's been hidden into the wall of this thing.
You're not the only one. Found one over here too.
Lenariel, you don't find really too much bashing your face into the pillar there, unfortunately.
That's fine. I'm just mad at myself right now, so it's cool, I guess. Whatever.
Dell is just kind of watching you and wondering if he might need to cast his last healing spell here in a few moments just to take care of you. Alabaster, as you're kind of looking around, you hear this call over your shoulder about the secret door from Teo, and then from the other part of the room here, you hear Kellen's response. And as you kind of turn back towards this altar, you suddenly just get this feeling like something's not right, and you just instantly, instinctively look up, and you suddenly see this yellowish form on the ceiling as another of these pseudopods is reaching out actually in Dell's direction as he's turned towards Lenariel. Everybody go ahead and grab your tokens and roll initiative.
2 of them?
So if you click on that initiative tab, you will find yourselves there. Oh, Sebastian's available. All right, so we have Alabaster and Kellen. Still need to roll.
Oh, I clicked Sebastian instead of Kellen.
So just Alabaster. Not there.
I don't know why it's not working. I'm hitting the button.
Okay. I got you. All right. So, Teo. Alabaster, do you say anything about this?
Less about this and more about shit.
You hear "oh shit" from across the room as your gaze, I assume, is instantly drawn towards this exclamation. You see another one of these yellow slime-like creatures.
I whip my head around over at this, and I now have a little bit of a vendetta against these slime creatures, and also want to prove myself to my new party a little bit at least. I leap towards it and take a swing at it with my spear, trying to maintain a little bit of distance, but also hit it.
Okay. Go ahead and move your token wherever you'd like to attack it from.
My screen's taken up by this your turn arrow thing.
Oh, just click it.
This turn tracker animation is another thing I can't get to work in my games.
You just don't see it unless it's your turn.
And each square is 10 feet.
Are you talking about the thing around the token, or the where it goes dark and it says your turn?
The whole turn alert, next up your turn animation.
5 feet.
Yeah, I saw Alabaster. Mitch, thank you. All right. So I'm there, and I take a swing at it with my my spear.
Okay. So that would have been 25 feet of movement. So you do have 5 feet left if you do want to use it at all. Go ahead and take a swing at this thing. Let's do some damage. It's not pizza. I didn't even see you put pizza there.
Now I want pizza.
Sorry. I just turned and there was pizza and I was like, yay!
Gotta do the hit to hit first, buddy. In the chat window. First has to hit the little orange die. So, 17 for 3
What
points.
am I missing here?
That's
Damage
a
button.
hit.
Right above the 3 where it says 1d6 plus 1 plus minus 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, you got to click that top button just above where the 3 is, and that'll roll your actual damage.
Well, the versatile was if he was doing a two-handed.
Well, yeah, wait, yeah, the versatile was
Yeah, two-handed.
Well, now that you see that you got a 5 for the one-handed, maybe you can just say you're going one-handed.
yeah, I guess, yeah, I'm trying to keep my distance, maybe. So I'll let you make that call there, GM.
Oh, I see. It was the 1d8 versus the 1d6. Okay. For some reason, I thought I was just rolling the difference, which is dumb. So we'll go with that 3 points of damage. Were you trying to hit it two-handed, or what were you trying to do there?
To be honest, yeah, that's what I had pictured in my head as I was holding it with 2 hands and swinging it out as far as I could, kind of.
Did I just give you that damage? Why? Why does it hate me so? Good old school then. All right, so you are able to kind of get over there as you get into place. You're able to kind of thrust out with your spear. You do kind of poke a hole in this thing. You see some of that kind of a lighter yellow, kind of less, slimy fluid kind of draining out from where you're able to stab this thing. Looks like you hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Gloria bow.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Sorry. I forgot about my bonus action. I'm going to take a flurry of blows at it as my bonus action with a key point.
Push to talk.
Gotta push the push talk.
Sorry, I muted it because I was eating. Sorry. A 9 does hit. So as you kind of stab out of this thing with this spear, you kind of step back, and then you kind of launch into this flurry of blows at this creature. It is kind of just like splat, 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 splat as you hit it. So it does do some damage to it, but
Doesn't he get one more blow from the flurry?
Yep, one more.
Yep.
Mhm. You're muted, sir. Go ahead and roll that one more time.
And build up momentum, just kind of whack, 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 whack.
Okay. So that's definitely a hit as well. So we're looking at a total of 11 points of damage.
So I don't think his spear added the correct modifier because he's got a +3 and his spear did 3 damage. That should be impossible. At minimum, the spear needs to do 4 with his modifier.
Yeah, his spear is probably doing what spears normally do, which is strength damage because it isn't set up as a monk weapon.
Oh,
Yeah.
that explains it.
So it needs to be adjusted to be the dex mod rather than the strength mod, because that will actually also change his to hit as well.
Where is that spear?
Don't you just love rules lawyers?
Hey, it's benefiting me. That sounds awesome. Yeah, more damage.
Yeah, we just want Tail to feel like he's, a badass that he really is. And let his vendetta fly free.
All right, so I just changed it to dexterity. That's the only thing I need to change, right?
Yeah, take 12 damage instead of 11.
All right, I'm just going to roll this to test it. Oh, wrong character. I mean, I was just trying to test it.
I mean, you could just say that's the actual roll since all the rest of the rolls were kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm. I see what you did there. Why didn't it do the critical hit song, though? It's weird. God, I got so many mods on here. It's gonna...
Players only, no GMs.
That's rude. What you just said right there was rude. All right. So, but that wasn't a spear attack on that last one. I was just testing it. It did work correctly, though, right? We got the +3 for the mod, +2 for proficiency.
The flurry of blows can't be a spear. You have to use an
I
arm.
know. I just meant for the spear attack. It's working correctly now.
I mean, I saw you roll the die, but in the chat window, it hasn't popped up.
Yeah, it doesn't show anything in the chat window.
Yeah, it just says spear.
So that's another one of those new things that's happening. It's automatic.
I see it. It says
Really?
25.
Yes. That should
Oh,
be.
there it is.
I see it. It took a second.
I just wanted
She's
to verify
perfect.
that. That's all. Take a while to get all this new stuff with the Foundry accurate. We are learning as we go with this system. Okay, so that should be accurate now. So when you use your attacks in the future, you'll get the correct stuff going on there. But the flurry of blows was a 19-7. We had a 7 and a 4, so it was a total of 11 damage, right?
Correct.
It's already added in the other one, though. Okay. And that's the end of your turn?
Yep, I'm done. Peace.
If it's the end of my turn, I'm just done playing. Fuck it. Dan doesn't want to play D&D anymore.
Wait, that was weird. Yeah, my computer. I didn't know if that was just me. That tripped out. It was all gone.
That was just you, sir.
He was like, I blooded it. My vendetta's over. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. You did all the damage. We're done. We're leaving.
Pow, pow, pow. I'm out.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so that is going to take us to Jellen Boomsparkle. What would you like to do, little gnome?
Here we go again.
Let's do it.
Better, you're getting better.
So Jellen's just going to step out of the corner to get a better angle on this thing. He probably still has his crossbow out, and he's just going to take another shot with his special crossbow. Well, he hits, just not hard. And that's pretty much all Jellen can do on this turn. Push to talk.
Sorry, kind of hits this thing. It kind of sinks into the inner depths of the creature.
Not getting that bolt back.
That's fine. It's a magic bolt. It'll disappear anyways.
Okay.
Oh yeah, magic bolt. See, oh, there we go. Look at.
Let's see. Well, it was reached out at Dell, so let's go ahead and continue on with that attack. The 12 is not going to be good enough to hit. You says this pseudopod kind of lashes out towards Dell. You see he gets his kind of his shield up, and it just kind of splats against the shield as he's able to kind of block away this attack. Kind of shakes the shield a little bit. Well, you ain't sliming me, you bastard. It's going to take us right to Alabaster. Dude, how is this thing hurting so much already? Jesus.
Alabaster, with his crossbow expert, can fire at close range. So I'll pull my crossbow out and just be like, not another one. For a total of 12 damage.
12 damage? Why would you want to do so much damage to my nice creature I have brought to play with you guys?
Keeps trying to melt us. Not very nice.
No, come on.
All right, so you definitely see a lot more of this ichor kind of splattering around. This thing does seem to be kind of moving a little bit more slowly at this point.
Like, watch out, it's acidic.
Bonus action, disengage, run away.
Okay.
That's far enough.
All right, that's the end of your turn.
Yep, you guys got this, right?
All right, I'm going to move up here, and I just want to grapple it.
You're gonna
So is that just contested athletics?
Yeah. I'm going to grapple a puddle of slime.
I'm just imagining somebody trying to grapple Jello.
Fine, then I'll just punch it in its stupid, ugly head.
We are not Jello wrestling here. This is not a thing that's going to...
Now hold on a minute. It could be a good idea.
Over there, but they're like, don't ruin this for me. Do it.
Don't fuck this up.
Jellen's so mad now that she just punched it instead.
Okay.
All right, 5 bludgeoning as long as a 15 hits.
All right. That is definitely going to hit us for 5 points of damage. So, how do you want to go about this thing here? I need to come up with my own catchphrase. I don't want to say how you want to do this.
She's just going to yell, "This is for gluing yourself back together when I fucking tried to kill you before," even though it's another one. Totally irrelevant, and she just starts wailing on it with her fists. Think 5-year-old throwing a tantrum, fists coming down.
Okay. So Lanero just dives down on this thing and just starts pummeling at this thing, and eventually this thing, you can tell, is not quivering so much from its own movement, but just from the repeated blows of this half-orc.
Oh no, it's dead. You killed it.
So majestic.
What was that? Kill?
Nothing.
And that is going to end the combat as this creature is pummeled into oblivion by this elven half-orc. So, that just happened.
Nice work, Lenario.
Very well done, lass.
As soon as Lanariel's done, Jellen is going to pop guidance and run over to the corpse of the ochre jelly and start looking for things.
Okay.
.20 investigation.
Okay. Again, you don't really find anything that looks like those sending stones that you saw outside. You do find something else, however. You find yourself some gold coins in this creature. You find 6 gold coins and a couple of small gems.
Ah, it's just gold and gems.
We need those. Why are you sounding disappointed? We talked about how expensive the Emporium will be.
I mean, I'll hold on to those if you want.
Thank you so much, Alabaster. That's very kind of you.
Oh, my services are always open for you, Jellen.
He just propositioned you.
I'm walking back over towards that secret door I found from before.
Okay.
Hey, Alabaster, you want to check the secret doors just in case they like double layered this stuff and booby trapped it? Jellen, you want to check the other one? When you're done shifting through goop.
I'm sorry, could you tell me again how many gold pieces I found?
6.
6 gold pieces.
And 2 small gems.
So
That's your
checking
time,
for
baby.
traps, that is sleight of hand?
Investigation.
Investigate. I knew that.
Shh, you're ashamed. Brian's known. He's so
You're
ashamed.
ashamed of rogues everywhere. That roll is.
Wow.
You don't find any traps.
There's no traps on this door at all.
Looks good.
There's no traps.
Investigation
Oh, you're
guidance.
good. Scythe blade.
It is so safe that I recommend Teo goes first.
What was that roll for, Jellen?
Checking
The other-
traps in the northern door.
Okay. You don't find any traps on that one either.
Clear.
I want to open the door then that we're over at.
We should go with them. I don't want to split the party.
I just want to see down the way. Just see what. I mean, maybe a secret door, but it could be a cubby. It could be like a hidden cubby.
Okay, just a real quick peek.
Yeah, we should look real quick, and then we'll go join everybody else.
Jellen opens the door.
Yep. Go ahead and click on that little icon. Or can you not see it?
Oh, there we go.
Secret door, guys. Silly. All right.
Secret door.
So as this door does open, you see this hallway. Seems to be of the same kind of construction as the temple that you're in. All the ceilings here are about 10 feet high, obviously being built for dwarves. Some of the taller characters maybe feel a little claustrophobic in this place.
It's so big in here.
Right? This is a good design.
Yeah.
You know, choice dwarves to make good work. I mean, apparently this place was terrible, but good stonesmanship.
Great craftsmanship for a temple dedicated to evil.
Well, you know, it never starts out that way. It's normally there's some good, and then it becomes evil.
Okay, we open up the door. We took a look down the hallway. Let's say we get back to the rest of the group.
True. I remember.
Everything I've heard about Abbathor, he's a right greedy bastard, right? As you guys kind of turn around and you see that Dell had kind of snuck up behind you guys as you were talking.
You got vengeance. You got you. Yeah.
You jumpy little lad, aren't you? Kellen, Jellen, and Dell, Lenario, and Alabaster, go ahead and roll perception checks.
Dude, my dice didn't even roll, it just landed flat.
Yeah, I saw.
Blah! This is what you get.
6. Jellen was too spooked by Dell.
Apparently.
He was. Linearial also is not quite at the right angle. Okay. So Kellen, you, as you're turning to kind of turn back towards the rest of the party and go across this room here, when Dill spooks Jellen, he kind of jumps backwards a little bit, and as he kind of like bumps up against this column behind him, and as he does so, you kind of just happen to look past your brother's shoulder a little bit, and you see this unusual scene in this column.
Jellen, turn around. I think there's a seam on the column you just hit.
Where?
Oh, yeah, right there.
Oh, there appears there could be some sort of compartment lodged into this pillar.
Mm-hmm.
And Jellen is going to investigate this pillar. With guidance, because it's a cantrip, and you can do cantrips all the time.
Cantrips are awesome. That is going to be perfect. And you, as you start looking, you immediately see that does look like there is a small opening carved into. It's like perfectly fitted seams on the stonework, and it looks like it's probably a foot wide and then maybe a foot and a half tall. And as you kind of fiddle with it, it kind of slides out. You find a little catch to slide it out of there, and it's just going to, with the very slight rumbling of stone as it comes out. And inside of it, you find a what looks to be almost like a small stone box.
How big is the box?
Probably, 6 inches or so across.
Is the box locked?
It doesn't seem like it's locked.
It doesn't seem to be locked. But I don't know if I trust any box that we find in this evil temple. It could be, I don't know, cursed in some way, or another trap we didn't see.
Maybe open the box.
Dell takes a step.
Now hold on. Maybe we can get somebody. I've got an idea for this. Check out this box.
Wait, is Teo like our gopher for opening shit?
New guy.
I mean, I can open a box. And
I have my hand on the door over here, and I kind of whip my head around and look back over at Jellen yelling at me.
Taya, we need your help.
I mean, you do have someone whose job is to get into things.
No, here's a fair point.
That's a very good point, but I'm just so concerned about what the contents of this box could be. We don't know. It could be anything. It could be it could be smoke powder. Alabaster, open the box.
And he tosses Alabaster the box.
Careful.
Okay, hold on. You're concerned about it blowing up, and then you toss it to someone. Let's just back up for half a second about how dumb that is, though.
Alabaster, open the box.
She has a point, Jellen.
I will investigate this box and open it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that. Are you looking for traps, or what did you mean by investigate this box?
I'm gonna investigate, looking for traps, and if there's no traps, then I'll open it.
Okay, go ahead and roll that investigation. Sorry, I just assumed that's what you meant. 21. You definitely don't find any traps on this, and it actually there's no lock either. It does seem to be kind of an interesting hinge design on this thing. As you open it up, you see the sparkle of gemstones, and you can see that these are a very deep red sort of a color, and you see 15 of them within this box.
Okay. Even though I still pretended like it was locked, like I'm doing something amazing, like cha-chink.
Okay. Make it look a little more complicated, of course.
And I'll be like, there's a gemstones. There are 11 of them in here.
Gemstones?
And Jellen runs over to see the contents of the box.
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand, Mitch. I mean, okay.
16.
Okay. So he turns around and says there are 11 of these gemstones.
Now you know I have long robes. It's like,
Since Jellen was specifically going over there to check the contents of the box, I would like to know if he sees this happening.
Go ahead and roll a perception check, DC of 16.
Nope.
As he turns,
Hold on, since I'm standing right next to them, and because I know Alabaster steals fucking everything and that I can use that to my advantage, can I also do a check?
go for it.
can I slip her one of the gems?
If yes, she won't do the check.
I was. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you're okay.
You don't get paid.
Damn. I'm not going to assume that you did it.
And it is kind of a small enclosure, and as he's reaching into this thing to pull out the box, you would have a moment to be able to slip 4 of these gems into your sleeve. So as he turns around and kind of pulls it out of this pillar and shows the rest of the party, you guys definitely do see these kind of almost like a burgundy kind of a color of a deep red on these gems.
Kellen's like squinting at Alabaster, just like, sure, there were only 11. He doesn't say anything, but he's like squinting, like, I don't believe you.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't trust these blood-red gems we just found in this pillar in this ancient evil temple. I think we need to take some time, we need to properly detect magic and identify anything on these gems. Kellen, will you help me?
It starts coming out of the pack to pick it up so it can be properly identified.
Yeah.
Kellen, I'll conduct the identification procedure. You do detect magic.
We got time for this,
We spend 10 minutes now, and we remove the risk of walking around with a bag full of life-threatening cursed gems.
He has a fair point there.
He's got a fair point.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll pull my spellbook from my pack and flip to the identify. I don't have to enter my spell, I think. Only you can do that. I can do the detect magic part. There we go. That's what I do.
Alabaster, my good man, would you very carefully hand me the box full of gems?
I will hand him the case of gems.
Okay.
The case of gems.
All right. And does anybody else want to do anything else during this 10 minutes while these guys are casting these spells?
Go ahead, Tail. You know where you want to open the other door. Go.
Yeah, I would like to open the other door, but I would like someone to at least be watching my back, seeing as how we've been sneak attacked twice now by these acidic slime creatures.
I got your back, lad.
Tail opens the door, gets yanked inside. No one notices.
These gnomes want to mumble and jumble.
I crack the door open a little bit and kind of peek inside.
Okay. So, what do your elven eyes see when you look through that doorway? You see a very short hallway. It looks like it's only actually about 10 feet long, and you do see that it seems to come to an end at this 10 feet.
I want to scan the ceiling of this hallway.
Okay. As you kind of look around, you look up. Again, it's only about 10 feet high. You don't see any kind of wet or slimy looking substances.
Even
We lost a
nothing right. Or can I want to peek around like right above, behind the doorway too. As I open it, kind of like peek up above it, make sure there's nothing hanging directly above the doorway on the other side.
I imagine Teo doing the monk thing where he reaches his hand on the sill of the door frame and ninja looks.
Okay. I'm thinking more just kind of creak the door open and kind of just peek up at it.
Come on, man, be a monk.
That's true. I should. All right. Yeah. I never mind. I go flipping into the middle of the room since I saw no slime creatures there, and do a kind of a rodeo flip. So I 180 as I do it, and as I land, I'm then facing backwards at the top of the door. But
Okay.
All the unnecessary flipping monks just have to do because it's ingrained.
Because it looks cool, man. Come on.
that's how they trained us to walk around, roughly 10 feet at a time.
There's nothing but handsprings and rounds offs. That's how he moves.
Yeah. You just got to.
Leapfrog was by far the favorite game around the monastery.
You're back. You're back. We see you.
Yeah, Jinkies likes to jump up on my computer tower, except that my power button is on the very top of my computer tower, so there was full 10 pounds of cat on my computer power button.
Perfect.
And now she's sitting smug as fuck on my lap right now, like everything's fine. What, Mom?
Uh-huh. Go ahead, Cap.
It's like the video of that guy's cat puking in his computer and shorting it out.
I'd be so mad.
Oh my god.
I guess if I see nothing, I tell Dell to follow me, and I want to check out the next door.
Okay. As you get to the end of this hallway, you can definitely see the rough outline of a door here. You're going to open it?
I want to check for traps or anything on the door, around the door.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation. Behind you, you hear this small voice, and you recognize it as Dell's voice, but the language that he speaks you don't understand. And all of a sudden, you see this little glow that appears from behind you, and you see this little orb of light kind of flutter up over your shoulder, and it kind of illuminates, and it's just kind of floating around in the air, and it kind of illuminates this door in front of you.
I slowly kind of look back over my shoulder, back over at Dell.
And he just kind of like looks at you, for a moment. What do we got here then? Seems to be kind of grumpy about you looking in his direction.
I say, what do you see at this door, Dell? Perhaps you could take a look. And I step back for Dell to step forward to take a look at it.
No, let's see what we can see here then. And you rolled a 5. No wonder you want me to look. What does Dell see with his human eyes? If Dell doesn't see anything, seems to look fine to me, mate. Just go ahead and open her up and we'll see what we find.
I want to give a shout back towards the room to see if anyone else wants to join us. I'm like, are you done checking out that pillar yet? We found another door.
Go ahead.
We need more time.
Yeah, you guys are still in the midst of your spellcasting. What are Alabaster and Gabriel doing? In science, experimentation.
Spellcasting.
Looking increasingly bored while we wait for this spellcasting bullshit to happen.
Okay.
I'm secretly excited about it. I'm getting free work done.
Okay. So from behind you, they don't want any share of the treasure that's in here, right, mate? Let's go ahead and give her an open. Let's see what we got.
Yeah. I creak the door open and look inside.
Okay. As it kind of opens up before you, those elven eyes of yours see just kind of it looks like to be about a 4.5 foot hallway. It does seem to be kind of the same kind of construction as this hallway that you're in, a little bit more secretive, not quite as well crafted, but definitely made by dwarf hands. What you do see looks like a going left
by dwarf orphans. It looks like.
Let's go see what's back there. Let's have us a little adventure.
Yeah, Del, would you mind leading the way? I'm slightly suspicious of Del from his answers about the dragon earlier when we were back at the other village from before, when everyone had answered that they weren't hunting out the dragon, and he remained ominously silent during that whole thing.
That's going to go real well considering Del can't see anything because he doesn't have dark vision.
Okay.
Doesn't he have a glowing orb going in front of us?
He does have this little orb of light that seems to be kind of floating in the air. Teo, you haven't seen this before. And he kind of looks at you as you ask him to kind of take the lead going into this thing. He says, expected. And he actually looks up at this little orb of light, and he says, oh, lead the way then, And you see this little orb of light. Suddenly, it was kind of like this whitish, kind of bluish color, before all of a sudden you see it like flashes this pink color, and then it kind of goes back to the same whitish blue color. He says, I don't want to hear anything about it. Just go check it out for me, would you? And you see it kind of flash into like this deeper red color, like 2 or 3 times. And then finally it goes back to this whitish color, and then it flows through this doorway and kind of disappears around the corner.
In genuine interest, I turn to Del and say, Del, what is this? This isn't normal magic, is this?
Magic is unreliable at best, Just a little bit of trickery, indeed. And he kind of squeezes past you with this. And moves into this
now less suspicious, but more incredibly intrigued. I follow behind him.
Well then, left or right then? You see this little mote of light kind of goes off down the hallway to the left. You see it kind of goes around this corner. You're going to step into the hallway. You're going to see whatever your token sees from there. And then you see it kind of comes back. You see this light kind of come back, floats around his head, and goes back down the other end of the hallway. And then it kind of comes back again, and you see it kind of flashes through actually a few different colors. Goes into a green, and then a darker blue, and then it kind of goes back into this pink, and then finally settles back into this whitish light blue sort of a light.
What do the colors mean, Del?
Yeah, just something it does. Never really understood it. Does seem to some kind of a helpful little bit of magic at times.
So perhaps we should check to the left of this T here. It seems as if and I could almost see a door at the end of the hallway there. Another door.
And you do, and this little bit of light kind of flitters off down that way, changing in intensity a little bit as it kind of goes down. And as it gets down there, you guys definitely do see another doorway here. And Dale kind of gives it a quick little look over. If you want to, you can also roll an investigation. Doesn't seem to be trapped or anything, huh? And giving it your own more perceptive eye, you definitely agree that it doesn't seem to be trapped in any sort of a way whatsoever.
I'd like to save this door until we can meet up with more of the group. Let's check back around the other corner of the hallway. And as we do, I want to be scanning the ceiling along the way back towards past where we walked.
It only takes one crit for a new character trait to show up. Forever scanning ceilings now.
Yep.
Anytime a shadow passes over Teo, he flinches.
Talk to Quinn about doorways, man.
It starts to rain. He's like, ah!
Hail!
Hey, Teo, do you want some jam on your toast? No jelly!
No.
You know, I mean, it's a new fear. My character on Thursday does not like pantaloons. Just saying.
Nope.
So, you guys do kind of head back down this hallway. As you get to the corner down here, it does kind of actually, when you get here, you can see that it does kind of go around another corner up ahead. Seems to be another door this way. I'm not sure if we should get too far without the rest of them way.
I agree. I think we should report back to the rest of the group what we've found. Perhaps explore more of this together.
Seems like a bad idea to split the party. Okay, so about this time is when these two spells go off. And with that detect magic spell, aside from, well, actually, I don't know if Linearial's axe actually
glows.
It's magic. It does glow as magic?
Yeah, it's a magic weapon.
Enhancement. So you would see that Linearial is definitely suddenly her axe kind of glows with this aura of magic about it, following your brother's treatment to this weapon. You would also see a couple of bits of magic. Obviously, you would notice that your hat is glowing. Your new hat that you just got, you would notice that this amulet that your brother is wearing also seems to have some sort of a glow about it.
Also, the 3 or 5 gems inside of Alabaster's robe are just like lit up. It's strange.
That's why it's a dark robe.
You don't see these gems actually glowing.
Well, Jellen, the gems don't seem to be magical in nature. They're just, deeply colored.
Jellen's just spinning half the gems in a rock tumbler device and doing calculations off that.
And the identify spell is not going to turn up any sort of a magical anything for this check.
Yeah, it looks like these are just some pretty-ass rocks. I can't tell how much they're actually worth, though. Maybe we should bring them back to Halia Thornton.
She'll probably know what they're worth. If not her, what's his name?
Okay. So, we have a couple of secret doors that have been discovered and a couple of doors beyond those that have also been discovered. So there's definitely more of this dwarven complex to explore, but we are going to pick that up next week. We are pushing on 9:30, and I know Mr. Alabaster's got to get up like in 5.5 hours, so I'm going to let this poor guy go and get some sleep here.
2 more Mondays.
That's awesome. I'm stoked for that. Then we can play all night, guys. Yay!